be indifference. People will find that this man is doing good things, but all right, he or she is not disturbing us, all right. So they will be indifferent. This second stage. Then finally comes the third or last stage, acceptance, resistance, indifference, acceptance. So to have acceptance, one has to have the valor to accept the challenges, just withstand the resistance, and then ignore the indifference, and then finally will come that acceptance. So Swamiji is telling, when you want to have that para-bhakti, the supreme love for God, then in that love there will be no kind of bargaining, there will be no kind of fear. What is the fear? For the God, for the sake of God, we can give up anything and everything. Even the life, this life, human life is so dear to us. Real devotee, true devotee, never ever minds even giving up. What is the value of the body? Sri Ramakrishna himself was taking up the sword of Mother Kali and telling, Mother, if you do not appear before me, then what is the use of value of this life? Why I will unnecessarily carry on this life if you are not appearing? And let me know what actually your true nature is. So I will shiver my head, taking the sword. At that time, that Divine Mother appeared. So in the true lover's life also, there is no place for fear, fearlessness. Second. And third, Swamiji says, third angle of this love triangle is that love knows no rival. Raja Maharaj, this Swami Brahmanaji, when he used to come to Sri Ramakrishna, he found that other inner circle devotees, Noren and others are also coming, and Sri Ramakrishna's love, his mind is going to them also. So Raja Maharaj, in the beginning, he was so selfish, he was thinking that these people, if they come, my master's love for me will be less. So master was already praying to the Divine Mother, Mama, Raghal is a small boy, don't count his fault. Don't take him completely away. If you like, keep him for some time for his correction and allow him to change his mind and then bring him back. So Rakhal Maharaj, as Rakhal, young Rakhal, had to leave Sri Ramakrishna, went to Vrindavan, everything, Divine Mothers. You see how the providence gets the things done. The divine ways are different, we cannot think of. Aghatano ghatano patiyoshi mahamaya. What is impossible becomes possible. And she, this Divine Mother, is very dexterous, very adept, skillful in this business. What does not happen, it happens. And what we are expecting it will happen, it doesn't happen. This is Mahamaya, Emni Maya. It is difficult to understand. 2 plus 2 is always will be 4. It is not in this Mahamayas. Many things are there, exceptions, these, that, happening. We call it a providence, God's grace. So many days, everyone is trying, there is gambling or some kind of lottery, some kind of, they are trying to achieve something. All others could not. Suddenly somebody came. Apparently he or she may not have done so much as others have done, but still getting the fruit. So it happens. However, Swamiji is telling this third angle is love knows no rival. That my God is only my God. I will have only all the blessings, all the love. There will be no other lover for God. This real lover cannot think of in that way. Yes, God is my own, no doubt. Many others were interviewed. That master was very loving to Noren. Do you think that Master loved Naren more than you? I said, no, we never felt that. No Rakha, no Baburam, no Jogananda, no Premananda, no other disciples. Nobody has any complaint that no, I loved Master my maximum, but Master did not love me as much as he loved Naren. They did not have any complaint. So, once in the Gospel, there, Aim is telling, Master said that one container, 1 liter container, does it need 5 liters to be contained, to be full? 1 liter is enough. So, no direct disciples had any complaint that Master did not, or Holy Mother also, that did not love me so much as others, or like that. So, these 3 things, Swamiji, one after another, we read Swamiji's words and go. The first angle of our this triangle of love is that love knows no bargaining. Wherever there can be no triangle without all its 3 angles, and there can be no true love without its 3 following characteristics. First is, love knows no bargaining. Wherever there is any seeking for something in return, there can be no real love. It becomes a mere matter of shopkeeping, it's business. As long as there is in us any idea of deriving this or that favor from God in return for our respect and allegiance to Him, so long there can be no true love growing in our hearts. Those who worship God because they wish Him to bestow favors on them are sure not to worship Him if those favors are not forthcoming. The Bhakta loves the Lord because He is lovable. There is no other motive originating or directing this divine emotion of the true devotee. True devotee will not expect anything from, no bargaining. Oh God, you give me. Most of the devotees, we call those who visit churches, mosques and temples, synagogues, we call them devotees. But what are these most of the devotees? We go mostly for asking something. Oh God, you give me this, give me this. Master's story is there. Even Swamiji also will tell one story. Says, even kings, they also always, they are giving doles, reliefs, gifting others, helping others, but asking for, oh God, give me more territory, more wealth, more money, more this, longer life. Nobody likes to die. 100 years still trying to, medicine is ready, this is that, everything. If you ask, and always, how are you? No, son does not take care, daughter is there, this daughter-in-law, so many problems, this is this problem, I cannot do this all. So give up the body? No. There is a story that one old lady, only son, that also passed away, no husband, nobody. So now the old lady alone, very poor, to cut wood in the jungles and bring that big burden on head and sell it in the market, then getting livelihood, some bread, some. So that old mother is complaining, oh, Jamraj sees so many people, Jamraj visits so many people, why Jamraj does not come to me? What is in this life? Oh, at this old age, can I do all these things? It is so heavy, this load. How can I carry this woods and then sell it? Oh God, Jamraj does not see me. Jamraj does not come to me. So complaining why Jamraj does not take me. So somebody came and asking, yes, mother, you are calling for someone? I said, no. Who are you? Yeah, I am Jamraj. Oh, you are calling me? I have come. What I am to do? Oh, my father, you have come. Please take this load. I cannot alone hold it. Take it on my. I have to go to the market and sell it. Jamraj has come, then says other things. You help me carrying this, but not take this body. So we are attached to all these things. So this bargaining with God, real, true love, lover of God will not do. That God, you give me this, then I will give you love, respect, I will love you. No. This is first. Then we have heard it said that a great king once went into a forest and there met a sage. He talked with the sage a little and was very much pleased with his purity and wisdom. The king then wanted the sage to oblige him by receiving a present from him. The sage refused to do so, saying, the fruits of the forest are enough food for me. The pure streams of water flowing down the mountains give enough drink for me. The barks of the trees supply me with enough covering, and the cave of the mountains form my home. Why should I take any present from you or from anybody? The king said, just to benefit me. Sir, please take something from my hands and please come with me to the city, to my palace. Please come. So after much persuasion, the sage at last consented to do so as the king desired and went with him to his palace. Before offering the gift to the sage, the king repeated his prayer, saying, O God, O Lord, give me more children. Lord, give me more wealth. Lord, give me more territory. Lord, keep my body in better health, and so on. Before the king finished saying his prayer, the sage had got up and walked away from the room quietly. At this, the king became perplexed and began to follow him, crying aloud, Sir, you are going away. You have not received my gifts. The sage turned round to him and said, I do not beg of beggars. You are yourself nothing but a beggar. And how can you give me anything? I am not fool. I am no fool to think of taking anything from a beggar like you. Go away. Do not follow me. So, in our scripture, the king does not want any spiritual enlightenment. King knows that it is a good sadhu. After talking to him, he understood about his purity. So, forest is face, and he talked with the sage a little and was very much pleased with his purity and wisdom, understood. If I serve this sadhu, if I give something to the temple, to the deity, I will get back 100,000 million times more something. So, I will earn punno, merit. Not love for God. My love is for merit. Why merit? Then I will have more life, I will have heaven, I will have this wealth, that wealth, beauty, what not. God can give us anything and everything. We want everything, but not God. So this story is there. In Belur Math we saw that when we were just first taking sannyas, it is there in our scripture that if you give alms to the first sannyasi, then or brahmachari or sannyasi, then it is very pure and it is very beneficial, merit earning. So many people in Belur, around Belur, and mostly they are devotees. Devotees means good devotees are there, but we know what devotees, we know our mind also, what kind of devotees we are, how much we have advanced, and what is there in our mind. So we should not blame others. It is there. We want something in return. We love God. So these people are there, all around. We cover the whole thing. We take the sweeper's path to leave the campus premises so that nobody can see us. We will go to a little away where people will not know, and all this dress will not be there. Completely like the street beggars, some dress, and there is no shirt, no other things. We will not show our face, we will cover so that we are not detected. If people know, oh, Belur Math Swami, some may be our students, some may be our devotees, mostly they will come and give things. So just to avoid those things, camouflage a little, we used to go a little away and to see that what God has, providence has kept us for us. So in this way we used to avoid. And There are people, Maharaj, please, those who are devotees, every year they find that this kind of dress, they know, although they are not well dressed like generally we do, but these are the new Swamis coming out from the Belur Math gates, this gate, that gate, they know everything, they are coming. Oh Maharaj, please come, and if you go, my mother is there, in our scripture, there is da, in the gospel also, it is there, the mantra we begin with the gospel. Tap kathamritam tapta jivanam kavivritam kalmasapaham shravanamangalam srimadaatatam bhuvigrinanti ye bhuridajana. If you listen to these words and those who delivered these words, divine sports of the Master, this life, their divine sports, these sweet words, divine words, nectar-like words, then what will happen? One will get bhuridajana. Bhurida means enough, big amount, enormous, vast, this gifting. So there is the story in our scripture also, three, this 3D, in Bengali 3 da, in Sanskrit 3 da, in English it becomes 3D, but if you translate it becomes 3C. Daman karo, dan karo, daman karo, daya karo. What a man should do for spiritual enlightenment and advancement? First is dan karo, donate. You have something more, we want to enjoy, yes, enjoy, but give something to others also, deserving people. In the Gita also, the taddanam, that is the best dhanam. Uttama, Uchyata. Which one? To a deserving people, the actual thing, appropriate thing. I want food, you are giving me some dress. Oh, you are asking, dress I have. I am hungry, I am starving. Or I want some water, you are giving some dry food. I cannot, I am so thirsty that I will die. So give me a little water, that will be the best. To a appropriate person at appropriate time, appropriate thing, if it is given, that is the sattik dana, the uttama, best dana. Gita, Bhagavan is telling. The other stories are also there in our Vedas Upanishads. This dan karo, daman karo, this daya karo. So dan, begin with, give something. You cannot do many other austerities, at least you have extra, give. Dan karo. In English it becomes contribute, C. In English it becomes 3C, in English it is 3D, dan karo D, if you say in that way. 3D is dan karo, daman karo, daya karo. In Sanskrit and Indian language it is da. This is the story. Brahma is telling da. Indra will take in one way, Virochana will take another way. Asurik pravritti, they do not understand. However, I come to the point, this dan, donating, gifting is a very big affair. So those who listen to the gospel, those who deliver the gospel, connected with the gospel discourses, talks, arrangement, they in their previous lives, as it were, donated a vast amount. And that is why they have got that such merit. Otherwise they will not have all this punya karma, merit earning, merit winning deeds, they will not do. So daman karo is control. 3C, contribute, control, and be compassionate. Control, daman karo. And third da is daya karo. Dan karo, daman karo, daya karo. Gift, control your senses, don't live the life of a beast and animal, brutes. And then daya karo, be compassionate. People will do something. Father, mother are so compassionate to their own children, own child. How much they suffer for the children, but they are not that compassionate to others. But a spiritual person will be like that. So this dan, people take it very seriously. Oh, if some devotees will, Maharaj, I say, give something, all right, give, I will take it. Now come to the home. Mother is on the bed, cannot come. Mother is, or father is lying on the bed or wheelchair somewhere. If you come, then sadhu will take away all these things or suffering. My mother or father will be. This kind of devotees are also there. Their mind is, they are also devotees, giving also food or good things, something. But mind is there. If I give that, they know this is very pure. It will bring back, have its return, this merit earning. So my mother may become okay, suffering, lying on bed, father may become. So these things are there, we find in the world. But a real devotee will not have such things. No idea of this. In the Sannyasi's Giti also, this Swamiji is telling that yes, the sky is your roof. You will not hanker after anything. Whatever God has given, be happy. Real devotee will not complain against God. We complain so much, oh, I am suffering, this suffering, that is not happening, oh, why it is happening. We always complain against God. Oh, why it is not happening according to our desire, why it is not getting fulfilled. But true devotee will never brag, will never ask for anything, and in return. So this story Swamiji said. So we find in our scripture, and go, get away, don't come with me. I don't like to beg something. I am not that fool that I will beg from a beggar like you. You have been asking from God. So Gospel description, Master is telling, if you really to pray something, pray to God. Oh, Maharaj, pray for me. Oh, so many devotees, you also pray. No, Maharaj, you are sadhus, we are praying, but you also pray. Your mother is in the hospital, your father is there, or you want something, your son is jobless, or you are trying to have one good match for your daughter. Why don't you pray yourself? Nothing is wrong, you are a householder, you need all these basic things. It is not a greed and big deal. Pray to God. No, you pray, you pray. And you pray, God is your mother, father also. Arjuna is telling in the Gita, Tamevo Mata Chapita Tamevo. Sri Krishna is a man, a male body. Arjuna is telling, oh, my friend, don't count my misbehavior with you. I thought you are my friend, you are my mother. Now friend and brother-in-law has become now. Arjuna, Sri Krishna was brother-in-law also, his wife's brother. So, and friend, now he's telling, you are my father, you are my mother, you are my this, you are my that, you are my, finally having no words more to describe the relation, you are my everything. So, it comes, God is our everything. If you feel that, why do you pray to others? Why do you go and request others? You pray to God. Who can be bigger, troubleshooter than God? This Bigyan Maharaj, one story is there. Bigyan Maharaj was suffering, so he mostly used to stay in our Allahabad ashram, Mott. Maharaj, you are suffering, we will take you to the doctor, big doctor you call. And Maharaj is telling, who is doctor? Oh, yeah, that doctor. There is no greater doctor, no greater than him is that doctor, Nil Ratan Sarkar, his medical college is there in Calcutta, Dr. Nil Ratan Sarkar Medical College. So that doctor. Then Maharaj was telling, no greater doctor? Well, no, in India there is no greater doctor than Nil Ratan. There is another greater doctor. Oh, who can be more? Master. Give me Charanamrita. They have that faith, they know. Baby knows my mother will come. Even a tiger comes, even there is a story is there in the Gospel. The maid servant's son and the princess, queen's son, they are both fighting, playing, and there is a quarrel. And both are swearing, I will call my mother, and you are... What the maid servant's power is there. But baby knows that he is my mother is all powerful. So, the real devotees do not expect anything, they don't bargain, and their love, their respect for God, devotion for God does not depend on anything, unconditional. Then there is well brought out the distinction between this. I was thinking that I will tell that story also. This, you are yourself nothing but a beggar, so I go away, don't follow me. Swami Vivekananda, after passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, was in Pahari Baba, Gazipur. Pahari Baba in those days was a famous yogi, and he used to keep Ramakrishna's photograph. In those days, photograph was not that easy thing. And this Gazipur was more than 1,000 miles away from Calcutta in those days. So he kept. Swamiji went there because Swamiji knew he was a great yogi. If he can teach me something. So Swamiji is writing later, I am seeing that Babaji is very good to me. Babaji is telling, yes, 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 oh, I am very happy, you are Sri Ramakrishna's disciple, all right, yes, yes. So Babaji is always yes, yes, but nothing he is giving. I said, you teach me something, some techniques, is there? Yes, yes, yes. Finally he is telling, Swamiji, I want to learn from you, you teach me something. Swamiji is writing, 3 times or 4 times I have been trying, and now Babaji requests me, Swamiji, you give me something, so tomorrow I am leaving this place. The person who cannot give anything, why I will waste my time? Swamiji's thought. Then Sri Ramakrishna also appeared in vision, said, don't go there. Means, whatever you need, I have given you. Nothing is there. Mahapurush Maharaj once thought that who can be greater something, will go here and there. Went to somewhere and then to some Buddha's place. And when came back, then Master said, everything is here. There is nothing greater. So Sri Ramakrishna is the Yuga Shikshaka, Yugacharya, Yugavatara, the avatar incarnate of this age, the teacher of this age. To him, in him, with him, everything is there. If you want, Kalpataru. If you don't ask, it will not enter. But if you are a real devotee and pray, Kalpataru, that wish-fulfilling tree, that story is there in the Puranas, and you will get that. So, I am not that full. So, Swamiji left that place. So, this story, Swamiji said, there is well brought out the distinction between mere beggars and the real lovers of God. Begging is not the language of love. To worship God, even for the sake of salvation or any other rewards, is equally degenerate. Love knows no reward. Love is always for love's sake. The Bhakta loves because he cannot help loving. Mother loves the baby. Mother cannot help loving the baby. Mother cannot but love. What mother will do? Whole day, mother's mind will be there. So those who really love God, they won't, it will be unconditional. Their love won't be dependent on anything, what I am getting, what I am. So love is always for love's sake. The Bhakta loves because he cannot help loving. When you see a beautiful scenery and fall in love with it, you do not demand anything in the way of favor from the scenery, nor does the scenery demand anything from you. Yet the vision thereof brings you to a blissful state of the mind. It tones down all the friction in your soul. It makes you calm, almost raises you for the time being beyond your mortal nature, and places you in a condition of quiet, divine ecstasy. This nature of real love is the first angle of our triangle. Ask not anything in return for your love. Let your position be always that of the giver. Give your love unto God, but do not ask anything even in return from Him. Swamiji's one Shakar Prati poem is there. Swamiji, Dao, Dao, Fire nahi chao, thake jodi hridoy sampad. Oh my dear, give and give and give if you have anything. Never ever ask for anything in return. If you do not have, hands off, don't disturb. But if you have, you ask. If you ask for anything, Sindhu, Bindu hoye jaye. Then whatever is good is there. Oh God, don't ask anything in return. It becomes Bindu, a drop. The ocean becomes a drop. So don't be that small, that narrow. give, thou, fire nahi chao, thake jodi hridaya sambhe. If you have something in your heart, in your life, give it for others, utilize your, that is why Shivogane Jiva Seva, love, give, serve, see God in everyone, don't expect anything. God is within you, God is in everyone, so serve them. So wonderful ideas are there. A real lover of God won't ask for anything in return. The second angle of the triangle of love is that love knows no fear. I'll be very quick to complete this thing. Those that love God through fear are the lowest of human beings, quite undeveloped as men. See the language of Swamiji. Those who ask, those that love God through fear are the lowest of human beings, quite undeveloped as men. They worship God from fear of punishment. He is a great being to them, with a whip in one hand and the scepter in other. Scepter is something, a rod of this ruling authority. I am the other, another is whip. That I pray to you, I show respect to you, because otherwise you will punish me. So, a real devotee doesn't behave in that way. And never ever thinks that God is a person, great being, sitting there with a whip and scepter in the other hand. If they do not obey him, they are afraid they will be whipped. It is a degradation to worship God through fear of punishment. Such worship is, if worship at all, the crudest form of worship of love. So long as there is any fear in the heart, how can there be love? Also, love conquers naturally all fear. Think of a young mother in the street and a dog barking at her. She is frightened and flies into the nearest house. But suppose the next day she is in the street with her child and a lion springs upon the child. Where will be her position now? Of course, in the very mouth of the lion, protecting her child. Love conquers all fear. Fear comes from the selfish idea of cutting oneself off from the universe. The smaller and the more selfish I make myself, the more is my fear. If a man thinks he is a little nothing, fear will surely come upon him. And the less you think of yourself as an insignificant person, the less fear there will be for you. Some master is telling, always think, I am mother's son, mother is there, my father is the Lord of the universe, my mother is the queen of the universe, whom to fear, what to give, always have this faith, optimism, this. Never ever be or despaired or distressed. Whoever thinks that I am nothing, that rascal becomes nothing. Master is telling. So Swamiji is telling that wonderful ideas are there. That the mother never ever becomes afraid of anything because he loves the child. So fear, little nothing, fear. And if you feel that you are nothing, he is little nothing, fear will surely come upon him. And the less you think of yourself as an insignificant person, the less fear will be for you. So long as there is the least spark of fear in you, there can be no love there. Love and fear are incompatible. God is never to be feared by those who love him. The commandment, do not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Always you call on God and ask for something. This is Swamiji is telling, the true lover of God laughs at to this commandment. How can there be any blasphemy in the religion of love? The more you take the name of the Lord, the better for you. In whatever way you may do it, you are only repeating His name because you love Him. I cannot but. There are people, they cannot live otherwise. They will be thinking of God. They will be thinking of good of others. No bad thoughts come in their mind because their mind has become pure, because they have surrendered their mind to God. So they cannot utilize God and God's favor for any other things, for any selfish purpose, always thinking of good only. So, because of love, they always repeat the name of God. The third angle of the love triangle is the love knows no rival. For in it is always embodied the lover's highest ideal. True love never comes until the object of our love becomes to us our highest ideal. It may be that in many cases human love is misdirected and misplaced, but to the person who loves, the thing he loves is always his own highest ideal. One may see his ideal in the vilest of beings and another in the highest of beings. Nevertheless, in every case, it is the ideal alone that can be truly and intensely loved. The highest love of every man is called God. Ignorant or wise, saint or sinner, man or woman, educated or uneducated, cultivated or uncultivated, to every human being the highest ideal is God. The synthesis of all the highest ideals of beauty, of sublimity, and of power gives us the completest conception of the loving and lovable God. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, whatever we can think of, the highest truth, Satyam, Shivam, the truth, highest beauty, highest goodness, highest, where it is found. Highest, all these virtues, qualities are there in God and God alone. So, there is fearlessness and there is no bargaining and there is no rivalry. Nothing. My God is everyone's God. Mannatha Sri Jagannath, Madguru Sri Jagadguru. My Guru is higher than you. What is this? Does it make any sense? Hanumanji is telling, I know you in one form Vishnu, as the husband of Lakshmi, in another form you are the husband of Sita, Ramchandra. I know you are identical, but I like to see and meditate on your this Ramchandra form. Oh Ramchandraji, please appear before me. For that Jatayu, you remain in that form, but for me, you appear in that form. So, Sri Ramchandra is telling, hey Sita, now give a pose for Hanuman as Rama and Sita. Now this Vishnu and Narayan and Lakshmi, you will not like. Hanuman's, there are children, Ma, you prepare this for me. Veg for me, non-veg for me, tea for me, coffee for me. So many things are there. Mother also prepares as it is. So, according to their taste, they love, the highest ideal is God. All that is good, all that is sublime, all that is anything higher, peaceful, blissful, joyful, anything we can think of highest quality, it is in God and God alone. The synthesis of all these highest ideals of beauty, of the sublimity and of power gives us the completest conception of the loving and lovable God. These ideals exist in some shape or other in every mind naturally. They form a part and parcel. They form a part and parcel of all our minds. All the active manifestations of human nature are struggles of those ideals to become realized in practical life. All the various movements that we see around us in society are caused by the various ideals in various souls trying to come out and become concretized. What is inside presses on to come outside. Swamiji is telling, religion is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. This, knowingly or unknowingly, we all are trying to get out what is the good things, qualities we have. But those who are consciously doing, they become successful, they easily, in this life now, what is in this life? Swamiji is telling, if there be any God, after my death I will realize God will know. In later life it will know, now and here. If there be any God, I would like to realize and see that God, now and here. So, this struggle always is to this inside out. Whatever good qualities are there, knowingly or unknowingly, we are trying to manifest always all that. But mostly we do not know. But those who are devotees, they are always this ideal. Their ideal, and what is good? God. Highest ideal is God, complete. So they try to not only see God inside, out, outside, inside, everywhere they feel the presence of God. they like to become realized in the practical life. All the various movements that you see around us in society are caused by the various ideals in various souls trying to come out of and become concretized. What is inside presses on to come outside. This perennially dominant influence of the ideal is the one force, the one motive power that may be seen to be constantly working in the midst of mankind. It may be after hundreds of births, after struggling through thousands of years, that man finds that it is in vain to try to make the inner ideal mold completely the external conditions and square well with them. After realizing this, he no more tries to project his own ideal on the outside world, but worships the ideal itself as ideal from the highest standpoint of love. This, finally one understands that God is here in me. They try to see everywhere, oh, we want a perfect society, everything perfect, it should be. Then it will be heaven. Finally he understands. All the truth, beauty, goodness, God is here. They don't bother for everything is God's creation, let it be there as it, because I don't see anything wrong in that. So finally they see good and God everywhere. They don't like to only bring out whatever is outside, because they see it outside also, inside. They see it inside, they see it outside. This ideally perfect ideal highest standpoint of love. This ideally perfect ideal embraces all lower ideals. Everyone admits the truth of the saying that a lover sees Helen's beauty on an Ethiop's brow. So this Helen's beauty on Ethiop's brow, the man who is standing aside as a looker-on sees that love is here misplaced, but the lover sees his Helen all the same and does not see the Ethiop at all. Helen or Ethiop, the objects of our love, are really the centers around which our ideals become crystallized. What is it that the world commonly worships? Not certainly this all-embracing, ideally perfect ideal of the supreme devotee and lover. That ideal which men and women commonly worship is what is in themselves. Every person projects his or her own ideal on the outside world and kneels before it. That is why we find that men who are cruel and bloodthirsty conceive of a bloodthirsty God, because they can only love their own highest ideal. And that is why good men have a very high ideal of God, and their ideal is indeed so very different from that of others. So wonderful ideas are there Swamiji is giving, that we see outside as our mind is. If our mind is impure according to our mental bearings, tendencies, we like to create it outside. This bloodthirsty. This is why we find men who are cruel and bloodthirsty, they conceive of a bloodthirsty God. God is punisher. If you everywhere is in your mind, love is there, you will find God is love and love is God. Truth is God, God is truth. So all these things is the reflection of our mind. If our mind is really soaked with that love, it has generated that pure love for God and God alone, not anything for anything worldly, anything less than, lower than God, then we will not see any other things, anything bad. We will see God and God alone in everything and everywhere, in everyone. So Swamiji is giving this Helens. When you fall in love, the paramours, the both, those who are loving each other, in their eyes, in their thinking is each other, to them, they both are the most beautiful, most virtuous. Even others are criticizing, no, your love is displaced, you are not, your love is here misplaced, but the lover sees his Helen all the same and does not see the Ethiop at all. Ethiop means African country, Ethiopians, they are not so good looking as people think in that way. Helen is Helen. Who is Helen? Helen of Troy, most beautiful lady, a woman in the world, in the history, in those days, and it is mentioned, her story, this Trojan War is mentioned in Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. This Helen is most beautiful, that is for her, that Trojan War is there. This And this Shakespeare has brought this Helen's this character, a midsummer's night, a midsummer night's dream. There Shakespeare has delineated, said one word is there, that a Helen's beauty on an Egyptian's brow. So this he has got the material inspiration from Homer. Homer actually composed. He was a blind. It is thought that Homer is a blind poet, but he influenced so many people, and wonderful Iliad and Odyssey, this Western first epic. And compared to Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, what are these Iliad and Odyssey? I have read this Paradise Lost. What is this? Small things, nothing there. How many characters? So wonderful. If you know the days of the rishis and munis that Indian culture passed in literature, wonderful epics were there. So big, so vast, hundreds and thousands of characters covering thousands of years. All the stories are there. So this has this reference. When somebody falls in love with God, then he or she does not find anything wrong with God. Everywhere presence of God. And that is why those who are cruel-minded, they think God is a cruel one, and God is a sitting there with this rule, the stick, and what do you call that? The scepter, that and whim, that it is there. It will be with the whip, and they think that will be punished. God is not that. If love for God is generated, what is natural in the parabhakti, when you get parabhakti, all no business, no bargaining, no fear, no rivalry with others. Oh no, you love my God more, so I will show a little more love to my God so that my God does not love you. No, I don't have any rivalry with you. My God is your God. So they see good and God in and out, within and without, everywhere. So this is a wonderful chapter we have just completed, and we will start the new chapter later on. We stop here. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Any question?
No.
Oh. Thank you. Huh?
No, I don't see any.
Oh, but thank you. Day after tomorrow we will have Durga Puja in our Santa Barbara, and there will be Sunday talk by me. Thou art the Supreme Mother. Today is 19. You have not yet ended?
No.
Oh, there is no question.